Hello YouTube, how's everybody doing? I am well. Just got done seeing Game of Thrones. Did you guys see it? Epic. Simply just epic. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to say anything, but in the honor, or in the what's the word I'm looking for, to celebrate the undead, we're going to play an undead match here, guys. So today we are fighting against the Vampire Coast, a guy called Twitch or something like that. He has a YouTube channel of his own. I will link it in the description. You guys want to go there and check out his stuff. So yeah, we're going to do a vampire versus Vampire Coast, guys. So we're going to see how this goes. And we'll just go ahead and jump into the build. So we'll go all Knight's King, White Walker on him. So for my lord, guys, we have the Red Duke. I put him up on the undead horse there, and man, he does look cool. I took off the camera bug. It allows me to zoom in, and I think it's so neat. The Red Duke is, pretty standard vampire lord. He does have one unique thing, which will lower. Let me see if it'll let me click on it. Let's see here. Is that how you do it? Nope. Well, he has a thing that will lower physical resistance and I think melee defense of a target. It's almost like having like a trophy's heads. It's like his equivalent of it. So it makes him really good at like sniping other lords and things like that. And he's a pretty decent combatant. You can see 550 weapon strength. There's nothing to scoff at. So yeah, we're going to be trying him. For my front line, guys, we are going full white undead zombie front line. And against the Vampire Coast, I think this is pretty standard. You want these guys to absorb the initial range units, the initial artillery pieces, and things like that, just to bog things down. You can see we also do have the tithe, which in the recent patch did get a price reduction. So now they're only 200 gold, guys. So yeah, that's always cool. And you can see they're getting destroyed by artillery pieces here. For my secondary line, we are going with Karn Wraiths, guys. So yeah, Vampire Coast generally doesn't have a lot of magic damage. They don't have Laura Fire, so yeah, you go Karn Wraiths. These guys are going to be able to last pretty long because they have a pretty hefty physical resistance. As you can see right here, 75 physical resistance, guys. So the only thing that's going to be able to hit them full damage is magic damage. And I really don't know what units the Vampire Coast have that are magic damage. See, are these guys magic damage? Nope. So yeah, hopefully these guys will be able to last. Now, one of the downsides to these units is that the terror is going to be kind of wasted on an undead faction. So we're not going to be able to really, get them to scare away. And these guys have really horrible melee attack. 28 is not that good. So these guys aren't going to really be hitting that much. But when they do a lot of damage. We also have a Mortis Engine, guys, here. Running with the Karn Wraiths, and yeah, I'm doing this for the effect that will drain them, since we're gonna have a lot of zombies, big hordes of the undead. I want this to be able to drain them, and also for the regeneration, it's gonna be healing up my units. So I feel like it's a good pick as long as you can keep it alive. And then last, guys, we have some damage dealing Crypt Ghouls right here. These guys excel at killing zombies. They're one of the best units besides Depth Guard. Really cheap, cost very small. What's the word I'm trying to say? Getting cut on my words. Very wise use of your money, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And they have poison. So, yeah, that's my build, guys. I do not believe I have any bats. Yeah, here in Deep Vanguard for my Cavalry Contingent, I have some Hex Wraiths, guys. So, yeah, same with the Karn Wraiths. I wanted something that's going to have a lot of physical resistance to try to exploit them not having magic damage. And you can see we also have the Chillgeist. These guys have a slowing effect. So if my opponent tries to run away with something, these guys will be able to catch them. So we're really going to be trying to take advantage of that ethereal advantage. So for Twitch, Spook Me Up Twitch TV, for his lord, guys, we have the mighty Count Noctilus. So yeah, Count Noctilus is one of the best Vampire Coast lords, but he did get nerfed in the last patch, so he's a little bit less tanky as he was before. And yes, for his spell loadout, let's see what he did bring. Looks like we have the healing spell, we have the zombie summon, we have the bombardment spell, and that looks like it's all. So he's going for a really cheap, trying to cut prices with him to go to field a large army. So yeah, it's kind of smart against this matchup. You definitely need bodies. For his front line, he has some zombie pirate deckhand mobs. We have a secondary line of Lamprey's Revenge. So yeah, these guys are going to be really good at holding things in place. They have regeneration. We have some Depth Guard, some Halberds, some more Depth Guard. So yeah, these guys are going to be a really big threat to my zombies and my Crypt Ghouls, but luckily the Karn Wraiths should be able to take care of them. He also has a third line of zombie pirate handgunners. So yeah, I think these guys might be magic damage. Nope. Yeah, the Vampire Coast does not have magic damage. So yeah, a little bit of everything here, guys. And then lastly, he does have some artillery. He has 2 mortars protected by 2 halberds, pole arms. So yeah, that's my opponent's build. We'll go ahead and start the match, guys, and we will see how it goes. So as Arya Stark, right off the bat, as Arya Stark said to the Night's King, we are going to advance, guys. So, I forgot to mention I did have a unit of Black Knights, and these guys obviously can be able to try to get into the handgunners. I am going to see my opponent has all these artilleries, and it's pretty protected, so I'm not going to be able to really get into those. You can see I am going to get a zombie summon right onto his handgunners. So yeah, I'm just going to try to bog those guys up, keep them from shooting, and that's really what you want to be able to do when you do fight. You can see the front lines are going to collide. The Depth Guard are going to make really short work of my zombies, but yeah, that's alright. We're just trying to wear them out. We're trying to bog them up, and you can see I am going to collide up onto this artillery piece right here, guys. So, you know, since these guys have a 75% physical resistance, they're not going to be that much of a threat. You can see that they're just going to be able to log these guys down, and I will eventually put a zombie summon right on top of those mortars to keep them from shooting. The front lines are collided right now. The Depth Guard are fighting amongst the Karn Wraiths, and here comes the Crypt Ghouls to reinforce. So yeah, guys, we just have a big mosh pit of battle. You can see the Mortis engine is in combat here. It's going to be lowering the health of these Depth Guard, and over on this side we have another really big battle. So it's going to be a long, grindy match as both sides try to wear each other down. You can see we're making really good work against these pole arms, guys. We're just trying to wear them out, and I'm going to get my first zombie summon right on top of that cannon, and that's going to free me to be able to use my Hex Wraiths. I'm going to be able to send them down and try to get some rear charges. You can see that my opponent is going to get a Zombie Pirates deckhand mob here to try to bog them up, but I was a little bit quicker, and I was able to get into the back line. We're really trying to focus Lamprey's Revenge. Those crabs are going to be a really big threat to me. And yeah, they're just really bogging things up. But now that we have the armor piercing of the Hex Wraiths and Chillgeist, we should be able to do a little bit of damage. You can see we're going to get a nice rear charge into all these Depth Guard, and this is going to really tank their leadership. It's going to help those guys start to crumble a little bit more quickly. And if I could free up this big right flank here of all these bodies, it's going to help me here in the main engagement, which it is looking kind of rough for me, guys. You can see that my opponent does have superior units and more bodies who are holding me in place. You can see the Black Knights are in the battle here, fighting amongst the Hex Wraiths, but yeah, he has a lot of anti-large here, guys, and they're quickly and surely being weared down. You can see that we have taken pretty much all the mortars off the line. But my opponent still has this big glob of undead troops who are going to come eventually be able to reinforce this center pocket right here. You can see I'm going to send the Mortis engine up into the middle. I saw that my opponent had most of his more valuable troops in the center pocket here, so I figured I might as well start trying to wear them down. But unfortunately, my Mortis engine is at half health, guys, so I got to be really careful that I don't lose it. You can see that the Red Duke is going to get a rear charge onto these Depth Guard. I was trying to break these guys so I could get my Karn Wraiths to try to reinforce that middle pocket, and you can see these guys are finally crumbling, but they are fighting to the last. Depth Guard are really good. You see there's only a few more models, but once we break them, we'll be able to send them in the center pocket. Over on these left one, guys, these Depth Guard and these Zombie Pirates are fighting amongst all my troops, and yeah, we just pretty much have a stalemate. Both sides are just grinding each other down. We're looking really good on this side, only because we're hitting him from both sides, so we're getting that attack from the rear penalty. Which is, yeah, it's going to help. You can see Count Noctis is kind of exposed right now. I am going to get El Sif, that's what it's called. And yeah, the Red Duke is going to try to duel him. You can see it is lowering his physical resistance and his melee defense. But yeah, he is anti-large, guys. So the Red Duke is going to take a lot of damage in reserve. You can see he is going to try to send the Lamprey's Revenge to catch him. And yeah, I wisely was able to pull away, send some of my Karn Wraiths to intercept, because I don't want to get him caught out of position. You can see that there is some range units from these handgunners and things like that who are shooting into the Mortis engine. But yeah, the Mortis engine also has a pretty good physical resistance, I do believe. You can see I'm going to send the Red Duke into this pocket right here. If we could break these Depth Guard, we'll be able to send them into the middle, and that's pretty much the name of the story, guys. We're just trying to win these individual battles so we can focus in on the middle one, which is really going to be the deciding one of the game. You can see I'm going to get a zombie summon last minute, just trying to keep these Lamprey Revenge from getting into the main pocket, but they have so much mass, they're just going to be able to push right through. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. You can see over here, though, these gunnery mobs are alive, and they're going to be able to start shooting here pretty shortly, which I will have to deal with, and I will eventually start pulling away the Red Duke to deal with them. Here in the back, guys, both mortars are destroyed, but this means that my opponent does have these two pole arms that will be able to come, and yeah, I mean, they'll be able to do a little bit of damage. You can see that my Hex Wraiths are going to crumble, so yeah, that's really unfortunate, guys. All we have in the sense of cavalry now is the Chillgeist, and yeah, we're going to have to really try to get some usage out of them. You can see Count Noctis is going to get his bombardment spell onto the Red Duke, who's going to get a little bit of damage, and you can see I am going to send him into the black spot, and it's instantly going to start crumbling those guys. Even though they do have anti-large, yeah, I don't have to worry about ranged damage right now. And you can see that the Mortis engine is dangerously low. I'm trying to spend as much health or magic as I can to try to heal it, and we're looking pretty bad, guys. We don't have that many troops here in this main pocket. I really need to get these guys here fighting, and you can see I am going to send my my units on this right battle, since we pretty much wore those guys down, to reinforce the center pocket. You can see I'm going to get a invitation of Nuhek onto the chill guys, and yeah, we're going to start trying to deal with these Lamprey's Revenge, because if we don't focus those guys down, they could be a real game winner. You know, they do have regeneration, they'll be able to fight to the end, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be really atrocious, a game of attrition. You can see that the Karn rates are going to come, so yeah, I have a lot of armor piercing now. You can see balance of power is in my favor, though, guys. We are looking good, despite having all these halberds and the Lamprey's Revenge. My opponent just does not have magic damage, and that is, one of the weaknesses of the Vampire Coast. And it's, really allowing me to utilize these ethereal units to their full, capabilities. You can see Count Nautilus is surrounded. He's getting hit by Karn Race. He's getting hit by the Chill Guys. And yeah, we're just slowly wearing him down. And you can see we are going to finish these Depth Guard. It's going to free up my Mortis Engine. It's going to free up my Karn Race. It's going to free up these Creep Goals. And I will eventually catch that and send them into the main battle. You can see Red Duke is pretty much at about half health. I'm going to pull him away. I'm going to go over here and try to intercept these Depth Guard that my opponent does have. I don't want him sending these guys back into battle. And he doesn't have any anti-large. So yeah, if I send them into there, be able to crumble those units, and I'll just make it that much more easier for me to win. You can see I am going to send my remaining units right here, the Mortis Engine, the Karn Race, into the main engagement, and that is going to be the final nail in the coffin. You can see we're going to start getting that Mortis Engine effect. We're destroying the Lamprey's Revenge, and my opponent is just going to say deuces, and good game. So that's going to be a win for the Vampires, the White Walkers, we'll say. So let's go to look at the in-screen breakdown and talk about some of the keys for my success. And yeah, I mean, the obvious key to my success was ethereal units, taking advantage of my opponent not having magic damage. That really, it really worked. The Mortis Engine, if you're fighting against the Vampire Coast guys, or any unit, army that has a lot of very cheap, globby, big masses of units, use a Mortis Engine. It will actually just start, chewing through their health. It'll quickly wear them down. The Hex Race and Chill Guys did a really good job. You saw that we were able to get that rear charge onto the right flank with the Chill Guys. Was able to break the leadership of those Depth Guard. The Black Knights, I mean, they bogged things down, but they were able to get killed pretty quickly. The Crypt Ghouls did pretty good, guys. But yeah, these Depth Guard were just really, such a pain in the butt to deal with. You can see the Karn Raves, even though they are a good answer to them, they didn't get that many kills because they have such low melee attack. But, the combination of everything, guys, the Hex Raves, the ethereal units, the bogging things down with the Red Duke, being able to put the zombie summons on both the mortars and the Black Spot, just really added up. And as for Spook Me Up's army here, guys, yeah, really good army, really powerful army. I would say, I think it really just, like I said, came down to the ethereal units. I think maybe a few, what are they called? The Deck Droppers might have been the fiery ones. I don't know if those guys have magic damage or not. I'd have to check. But yeah, if you're going to play against the undead, try to take any magic damage. I'll have to look and see what Vampire Coast units they do. Vampire Coast units do have magic damage, because I am curious. So good game to my opponent, guys. Like I said, I will link his channel in the description, and yeah, go give him some views, and we'll try to support a fellow YouTube channel. So all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the Game of Thrones season 3. It was pretty crazy. I won't spoil anything, but really excited. It's Atticus. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.